Okay, so hi to everyone. Welcome. We have a lot of people that are here, so welcome to the end of the unit where we're going to be doing a bit of review, looking back at all the grammar that we've learned. But before we do that, we had an excursion, and that means that it's, we have classes and we learn grammar and we practice speaking and listening and writing. But sometimes we need to go out and experience a culture place in Australia. And that's what we did last lesson. So I wanted to see if anyone who came from yesterday would like to come up and tell us about the homework that I got you to do, which was, remember, you had to, because it was a language exchange place, so you got to meet lots of different people. And I asked you to go up to someone and get to know them, and then to come up and tell us about that person. So who was there yesterday? I mean, I know who was there, so I'm going to pick if no one chooses to come up. So who would like to come up and tell us about someone they met yesterday, what they know about that person? I know who was there yesterday. Gustavo, Wilda, Jose, Diego, you were not there. Silvio was there. Fernando, yes. Fernando, yeah, Fernando was there. Yeah, Italo, no. Clayton, Julian, yes. Clayton, no. Yesterday for the excursion. You didn't come. And Andres too came. So who would like to come up and tell us about the person that they met? And yeah, or I'll pick randomly. Gustavo, well done. Okay, Gustavo is going to tell us the experience of meeting someone from the excursion yesterday. What did he find out about that person? What was interesting to him? Okay, Gustavo, tell us. There was exchange, so he got to meet someone, not from his club, and tell us about the person he met.
When I arrived yesterday, I talked with my partners in community.
Yeah, my classmate.
My classmate. And then I met three persons. Three people. One of them is named Ian.
One of his name is Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his name is Tom. Her name is, and the last one, her name is Lilia.
Lydia. Okay. One of them. I'm going to go with Lydia. Tell us about Lydia.
Lilian
Lydia
was born in Colombia, Medellin, Colombia. She studied.
She has studied. What she studied?
She has studied. Yeah. She is studying in this college, but she is studying in intermediate level.
Okay, yeah.
Intermediate level.
Yeah. She's tall. Yeah. Yeah.
She arrived 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yes. Different people, Tom, Lily, and the last person yet. Yeah, that's good. Good. So thank you for talking us about Lydia. Okay, one more person. Jose, were you going to come up? Fernando, come up and tell us about someone you met yesterday. Yes, you have to. You have to. Sylvia, okay, but I hope you speak to people yesterday. You tried to speak? Okay. Julian, how about you come up? Tell us who you met yesterday, what information you found out about this person. Yeah. But I saw you speaking to many people. You must have, you know something about someone. No? Do the homework. Maybe I didn't tell him because you came after. That's okay then. Then Wilda. Wilda, come up and tell us about the person you met. Wilda. Okay. Yeah. Tell us about the person. All you had to do was just meet and speak to one person and tell us about that one person. Okay, Wilda, come up. So we're going to hear Wilda tell us about the person he spoke to yesterday. Okay.
I drink her. My
No? Good. What's the name?
I forgot.
Okay. Do you remember any information about the person? No? That's good. Can I have her say? Yes. Okay. Points to Gustavo because he did very well. He met 3 people, Lillian, Tom, he can tell you about 3 people. I'm very disappointed you didn't do your homework. Okay, so let's get into the class then and start learning the grammar for this unit before we do the test. So let's get straight into it. So we have Unit 5, Review and Memory Booster, which is on page 68. Okay, so you remember this unit, we've been looking at food. We went to the markets. We have been writing email. We've been, not email, not this unit. Sorry, we went to the markets. We've been asking how much we want of something, how many. And we looked at writing, we looked at the menu. When we go to a restaurant or cafe, we know different types of food on the menu and how the menu is structured. And then we looked at writing recipes, sharing a food and telling someone how to make something. So today we're looking at the review for all of this. So remember your vocab with fruits and vegetables. And remember singular and plural nouns. So that's very important. And the nouns, the object that we're using is food as an example in this unit. So can you remember the words for these types of food and drink? Are they countable or uncountable? So if you remember, countable means that I can count them. You can put an S. So it's like saying an apple, 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, 4 apples. When there's an S to the noun, that's countable. And uncountable means that it breaks the rule because it doesn't take the S. So that means that it doesn't take the S, and you have to remember them because they're just words that are very different, like rice, sugar, milk. So if you remember, that's what countable is, and that's what uncountable nouns. So we know how to separate them. Hey, Vivi. So if we're talking about rice, remember we have to say, I want 5 kilos of rice. But if I want an apple, I just say, I want 5 apples. The number, noun for the countable. But in the uncountable, I must say, 3, 4, whatever number, kilos, liters, bags, packets of, and then that noun. So it's very simple. That's it. The countable ones, I just say the number and the plural. I add the S. 5 eggs, 3 lemons, 2 capsicums. Okay, that's the countable. It has an S. But uncountable, I must say, 2 kilos of rice, 5 glasses of orange, 200 grams of cheese. Okay, it's a very simple, countable and uncountable. So eggs, are they countable or uncountable? Countable, yeah. And the next one, rice, is it countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Yeah. So rice here. Hey, Ronan. Number 3, lemons. Countable. For example, 3 lemons. Number 4, orange. Uncountable, because we could say a glass of orange, 2 glasses of orange, 3 glasses of orange. 5, is it countable or uncountable? Countable, because I could say 2 capsicums, 6 capsicums, 7 capsicums, and 6 cheese. Is that countable or uncountable? Countable. Sorry, uncountable. Because I don't put an S to the word cheese. I say 200 grams of cheese, 500 grams of cheese, 1 block of cheese, whatever. Even if I say the name, 500 grams of Parmesan cheese, 600 grams of Pecorino cheese, it doesn't matter. If I want to say the name of it, okay, good. So very easy, countable and uncountable. Any questions with those? Okay, number 2, write the 6 words from exercise 1 in the table. So for example, how many and how much? So if you remember, let's go through the rules first. So we have when we have a countable noun, we need to say how many. So how many apples, and then we must put it in the plural. How many apples do you want? Okay, so it must be in the plural because we're asking not just one. Unless I say it's asking how many apples do you want? Do you need? Do you want? But how many, I can also use it for the uncountable noun. But I need to say how many grams of apples do you want? How much, I can only use it with uncountable nouns. Like how much cheese do you want? But I don't need to put, so you can see uncountable and uncountable. I've got 2 ways to say how many or how much, but for the countable, only 1. I can only say how many. How many apples do you want? How many bananas do you want? How many capsicums do you want? How many lemons do you want? Okay, so let's write sentences for the eggs. How would I say, make a question to ask someone, the quantity of how much they want? So do I say how much or how many? How many? And you saw it in the way I explained it. I already said how many. How many eggs does someone want? Because it's countable, yeah, how many eggs do you want? So how many eggs do you want? I'm not going to write the full sentence, just how many eggs do you want? So remember, when we were doing the role plays at the market, you remember someone saying, hi, I would like some eggs, please. And then the person says, well, how many eggs do you want? How many eggs do you need? Number 2, is it with the rice? How much rice do you want? Or how else can I say it? How many grams of rice do you want? Yeah. No, yeah, how much rice or how many grams of rice? Remember, there's two ways do you want. How about number 3, the lemons? Yeah, we only have one way because it's countable. How many lemons do you want? Yeah.
How many grams?
Yeah, because usually you or kilos.
Grams.
Maybe you can buy in. Yeah, maybe someone just wants like 500 grams of rice or 2 kilos of rice. Okay, number 4. It's a glass of orange. So I would say how many glasses of orange? Because it looks like it's a glass of orange. So how many glasses of orange do you want? Because it's not the fruit. Well, how much oranges? Not because if it's the fruit, it would be countable. You would say how many oranges, but it's not the fruit. It's a glass of orange. So I must say how many glasses of orange. Yeah. No. Now, how many do you, unless you say, do you want 2 glasses of orange? Oh, fruit? Yeah. How many oranges do you want? Well, you're asking, you can't give a number because you're asking someone, like, how many do you want? You can't put a number. They are going to tell you the number. So we only say, how many oranges do you want? But it's not the fruit. I can see in the image, it's not the fruit. So that's why I don't want to use this one because it's not the fruit. So I'm going to use how many glasses of orange do you want? It's the uncountable because it's not just the orange, it's a glass of orange. Do you understand? It's an uncountable because it's in a glass. Number 5. How many capsicums? Yeah, it's countable. So how many capsicums do you want? So make sure you add an S because it's the plural, countable. How many capsicums do you want? That's in America. In Australia, we say capsicums. And cheese. How do we ask someone about cheese? Cheese? How much cheese? Yeah, you can go with how much cheese do you want? Or how many, yeah, kilos of cheese do you want? So you got 2 ways. So you can see with the uncountable, you've got 2 ways.
Teacher, can say how much orange juice do you want?
How much? No, you have to say how many bottles of orange juice do you want? How many bottles, glasses? Unless it's just the fruit by itself, then you say how many. So you can see with the how much, there's no glasses or bottle. You don't put any words, grams, kilos here, nothing. You just say how much rice, how much bread, how much fish. Okay, let's go to the next one. We're looking at matching 1 to 6 sentences with A to F. So number 1, we need some chicken. Yep. So 1C, we need some chicken. We need some chicken. So someone can say, okay, how many chicken, or how much, how many grams, how many kilos of chicken? Or number 2, are there any? Yeah. Are there any onions? Are there any onions? Number 3, please buy 2. Yeah, please buy 2 kilos. 3B, please buy 2 kilos. Chop and, yeah, because we've got the word an, which means singular. So chop an onion, chop a garlic, chop a whatever. It's one. It's talking about one. It's got an. I'd like a. Yeah, I'd like a banana, please. 5A. Do we need a lemon? 6F. Chop, like to chop. That's chop. Or it could mean chop, chop, like hurry, hurry, like quickly, quickly, chop, chop. But to chop, the verb is usually to cut something. And we use it in when we talk about cooking, because we chop an onion, we chop garlic, ginger. I'd like a banana. Number 5, I'd like a banana, please. So let's look at number 4. So we've got a conversation and we need to pick which one is the correct option. So if I say, do you want an apple? So we know that's how we ask someone, a present simple question. Do you, so the verb first, always in a question, do. The subject, you, verb, want an apple. B says, no thanks, I don't eat much, because much is with, I don't eat much fruit. Because it's not a plural here, so I don't eat much fruit. Uncountable. So much. I don't eat much fruit. I don't eat much fish. I don't eat much rice. Yeah, I don't drink much water. Yeah, because you're not making it plural, so it has to be in the with much is for uncountable. Because if you remember, let's look up much, uncountable. Even when we ask a question, how much water do you want? So much. So no thanks, I don't eat much fruit. Only if it said I don't eat, many apples, the countable. I don't eat many bananas. I don't eat many strawberries. If it's countable, I say many. If it's uncountable, I say much. So then A says, why not? A lot of fruit is good for you. If you remember, let's look back at the rules for a lot of. So I have, what did we say about a lot of? So a lot of is used with countable and uncountable. So I'll put it like that, countable and uncountable. So because here fruit is uncountable, and I only put a lot of, fruit is good for you. We don't use a lot of with countable. Sorry, we don't use a lot of with countable plurals. You don't say a lot of sorry, you do use a lot of with countable and uncountable. But much is only uncountable. Many, countable. B says, I know, but I prefer other food. I eat, now let's have a look, pasta and pizza. I eat a lot of pasta and pizza. Because pasta is countable, but pizza, well, they're both countable because I could say I want, well, this could be uncountable, 500 grams of pasta, 3 slices of pizza. So I'm going to go for a lot of again. Much. So let me go back to the rules we learned before. I just wanted to explain more on a lot of. Mm-hmm. For this one, it doesn't matter if it's 2. You got to see, are they countable or uncountable? So don't worry if it says and, you've got to see, is this countable or uncountable? And many is not used in affirmative. Affirmative means like just when I say a subject verb. Many is used more like I eat a lot of. Yeah, it has to be a lot of. But let me just fix up the rules and you'll see much better. Now, question, do you eat? Italian food is uncountable. Do you eat a lot of? Because the question with a lot of. Because it's uncountable. Only I can make a question if it's countable. If it's countable, I can say, do you eat many, do you eat many bananas? Do you eat many? But the noun, you always got to start with the noun first. The noun is uncountable, so it must go with a lot of, because many is with countable, like apples. Do you eat many apples? Do you eat many strawberries? Do you eat many tomatoes? Do you eat many cucumbers? So this one, not in question. So much is only used in negative. Like, I don't have much bread. I need to get some. But it's not used in a question. I can't say, do you eat much? No, I can't say much. Do you eat a lot of? Because this one is used in questions. So QU means questions or questions. What's that, sorry? In questions, do you say any? Yeah, do you have any books I can borrow? Do you have any apples at home? Yeah. Any is used in questions. So that's used in questions. It's used in negatives. I don't have any apples. But it's not used in affirmative. So I'll put an X, affirmative. So, do you eat a lot of Italian food? Yes, I do. It's delicious. Are there, let's look at the noun, restaurants. It's countable, plural. So many, because it's used with countable plural. So do you, are there many Italian restaurants in your town? Many is used in questions. No. The last one. So are there a lot of Italian restaurants in your town? No. Not many. So it is used in a negative, but only by saying not many, not many people enjoy reading these days. not many people eat healthy these days. I don't know, I'm just making a sentence, but we can use many in a question, but you start it by saying not. Okay, I know that there's a lot of rules there. You have to go back to this part, really understand what is a countable noun and what is an uncountable noun. And then know how to say how many or how much. And then after, you can start using these words: any, a lot of, many, much. Knowing that some of them you cannot use it in a sentence. I can't say affirmative just means like a subject verb. So I can't say I have any, I can't. I have any friends. I have any books. I have any dog. No, I cannot say an affirmative. I can use it in a negative. I don't have any apples. I don't have any pens. Can I borrow one? I could use it in a question. Do you want any help? Do you want, do you have any, pens I can borrow? So that's how we use any. A lot of is used in affirmative, which means, I have a lot of books. I have a lot of pens. I have a lot of apples. It's used in a negative. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of books. It's used in a question. Do you have a lot of apples with you? Something like that. Many is used in a question. So for example, do you have many friends that speak English? Or it's used in a negative, but I say not many when I make it a negative. So not many people, as I said, eat healthy these days. Much is not used in a question. I cannot say that X means no. So I cannot say I don't have much time. I don't have much. Actually, I can, because I can say I don't have much time. Books. Much time. I can use it in question, but only countable. Sorry, yes. So question, yes. Much rice. I don't have much rice. Do you have? Sorry. It's not used in a question because I can't say, do you have much books? Do you have much rice? No. So I cannot use it in a question, but I can use it in a negative. I don't have much time. I don't have much rice, but only for uncountable. I don't have much bread. I need to get some. Okay, so that's your rules. So if it's a little I know it hurts your mind. It hurts my mind when I have to think about it, but it's I'm trying to give you like as much clear of the rules. So just remember to understand my note. QU means a question. So that's yes, you can use it in a question. You can use it in a negative. Remember, I don't, that's a negative. But X means not. You cannot use it in an affirmative, which means like your normal sentence of subject verb. Affirmative. And just be careful. Some of them I can only use it with the uncountable, some of them with the countable, some of them both. A lot can be used with both countable and uncountable. And any was with yeah. So we can use countable and uncountable nouns. Yeah, so tick. We're still practicing, but we can use countable and uncountable nouns. We can use a or an. So remember, that's for singular. A book, an apple, a banana, Yeah. Some is for plural only. Like, I have some apples. Do you want one? So some is only plurals. And it's used with both countable and uncountable. Any, that's how you use any in a question and a negative, but not in an affirmative. A lot of, there's your rules, we went through them, and much and many, that's your rules there. But we know how to use them, so tick. We just have rules that we have to learn and remember. So let's get to number 5. We're looking at these vocabs: bag, chicken, juice, lamb, milk, oranges, peppers. Remember, we say capsicums in Australia. Pierogi, which I think was a Polish dish. Potatoes, raisins, or we say sultanas, satay, and tin. So fruit, what are fruit? So fruit, we have oranges and raisins. Yeah, because they're dried. They are dried grapes. Vegetables. Which ones are vegetables? Potatoes. And yeah, peppers, so capsicums. Meat. Which ones are meat? Chicken and lamb. Love lamb. Does anyone not like lamb? Who said that? I know. You don't like lamb? Really? Why not? Sometimes the smell or what? Why? Lamb. Oh my God, I love lamb. Okay, drinks. Which one are drinks? Yeah, milk and juice. Which ones are a dish? Remember, a dish means a meal, like food. Which ones are a dish? Yeah, this one, I think if we remember, it was a Polish, it looks like dumplings. You remember? Polish dumpling or something? And satay. Satay, you remember, was from which country? Indonesia or Sri Lanka? Or yeah. A container. Which ones? Yeah, a tin and bag. Yeah. It means I can put something in there. I can put an object, container. Okay. Good. So we understand those vocabs. We know how to tell if what's a fruit, what's a vegetable, what's meat, what are drinks, what's a dish, and what's a container. Let's go to number 7. Match the words A in A. So slice, glass, packet, tin. Remember, I'm talking about my uncountable nouns now. And because we're using this structure, a something of uncountable noun. So number 7. So remember the rule is, so I'll just write the rule first, is a of uncountable noun. So the first one is a slice of pizza. Yeah. We also say a slice of cake, a slice of bread, a slice of pizza, a slice of orange. Yeah, slices of oranges. Yeah, whatever fruit that you could slice. Yeah, a slice of orange. A what? Cheese. No, yeah, a slice of cheese. Yeah, exactly, a slice of cheese. Yeah. So you could tell it looks like this V. Whatever you can cut, and make it a slice of something, then yeah, you say a slice of uncountable noun. So cheese, pizza. Number 2, what do we say? A glass of water. And we're only talking about one because a means one. You don't say one. Well, you can say I want 1 glass of water. Or if you want, I want a glass of water. A glass of water, a glass of orange juice, a glass of milk, a glass of, well, you say a cup of coffee, a glass of Coke, a glass of beer, wine. 3, it's a packet, because remember, a packet is plastic. So a packet of pasta. Yep. A packet of rice, a packet of lollies, beans, a packet of beans, chips, a packet of chips, a packet of cookies. Yep. Only if it comes like in a plastic covering. Because if it's not, then you would say a box of. If it's cardboard, you'd say like, oh, can you get me like a box of something? If it's plastic, I would say a packet. That's what a packet is. And 4, a tin of tuna. So there's a ch. I know it's a T, but it's a CH sound. So tuna. And a tin of sardines, a tin of, what else comes in a tin like that? A tin of sweetened condensed milk. You know how you get the sweetened condensed milk? A tin of whatever comes in an aluminium tin, then you say a tin of. So remember, these were uncountable nouns. So that was our rule. This was here. Okay, so now we can talk about different types of food and we can describe how to make a drink or recipe. Now, last lessons, I got you to upload your recipes. Maybe we might, if we have time, 4 minutes, we don't. I was going to say you can write a recipe for a drink. Could be a cocktail, iced coffee. You know the drink that you were telling me about, that you use the fruit in Colombia and you make it into, you said you add milk. I forgot who was presenting that one with some fruit in Colombia. Maybe, yeah. But we don't have time. But next time we'll try and talk about recipes for drinks. Okay, let's replace the words in bold. Remember, bold means like the black, with these phrases. Phrases means like it's 2 or more words. It's a phrase. It's not a word because a word is only 1 word. It's a phrase. So can I get you anything to drink? It's a question. It starts with the verb, subject, and then a verb. So can I get you anything to drink? Remember, can is a helper verb. It must go with another verb. So you can see can is not the main verb. It's a helper verb for the action of get, to get something, like to bring. So can I get you anything to drink? How can I make the same question, just not with the word can I? So I could say, would you like anything to drink? Yeah. Sorry, not, because there's no would you like. Would you like anything to drink? Would you like anything to drink? Yeah. Sorry? I'd like anything to drink. No, it's a question. You're not saying I would like, only if you said I would like something to drink. So we only can say I would like something. So I only works if you'd say I'd like something to drink. Would you like anything to drink? is another way to say, can I get you anything to drink? I'll have a bottle of water. So subject, I, that's will. Remember, contracted, you put two words together. So I'll have a bottle of water. How else can I say that? I'd like. Yeah, I would like a bottle of water. Same. I'd like is a nice polite way, but it's I'd like a bottle of water. Thanks. Number 3, would you like to order? I can also say, are you ready? Are you ready to order? Same. Are you ready to order? We'd like the bill, please. Or you could say the bill, or it's called the, we'd like the, the check. Yes, thank you, Diego. I almost forgot the word. We'd like the check, thanks. Good vocab. So we'd like, how can I replace we'd like? Can. Yeah, can we? So we must be that there's more than one person. So it's we. Can we have the bill, please? Yeah. Let's finish 9. I know we're a little bit on time, but when you go to a cafe, what do you normally order? So for breakfast, I normally order. You can write your answer. I'll give you the sentence right. For breakfast, I normally order eggs. Whatever, you put your answer. Okay, so for breakfast, I normally order eggs. For breakfast, I normally order waffles. For breakfast, I normally order toast. For breakfast, I normally order sausages, croissants, whatever. You put your answer in here. For lunch, with a friend from school or work, for lunch. So for lunch, I'm going to put the word get just to make it a different sentence. For lunch, I normally get a sandwich. Yeah. You put your answer. What do you normally get for lunch? So remember, normally means usually. So you put your answer. I normally get a drink. For lunch, I normally get takeaway. For lunch, I normally get sweets, whatever. A cake.
For lunch, I normally order a sandwich.
Oh, you could. Yeah, for lunch, yes, thank you. I forgot. I normally order or get. For a special dinner to celebrate something with family and friends. So for a special dinner, I order pasta, 12 boxes of pizzas, or 12 slices of pizzas, or just a pizza. You say a pizza. Yep, I normally order, you can put your answer. Pasta, risotto, steak. Whatever meal, you put your meal in there. Whatever, pasta, steak. Remember, it's a main meal. For a special dinner, I order. Okay, good. So that finishes up the unit 5. We've been talking about food. I know there has been a lot of grammar. So remember, you do have my notes up on Padlet. But that's all we had time for. We've had, really great grammar here, really speaking about food, talking about how many, how much, doing recipes. We've been able to talk about, all these verbs that we use when we make something, giving instructions, and, being at the markets. We've had fun being at the markets, enjoying different culture food with each other. So it's been a very great unit. But yes, it has come to an end, and now you have a test. So we'll see you after. That's the end for this unit. We'll start the next lesson next week with unit 6, going into the past simple, talking about past lives. But that's till next time. But yes, let's have a break. see you all next lesson.